You're back in the game? I guess.
Yes! Woo! Welcome back, man!
We're all professionals. We all know the score.
This is legit business.
401ks, tax returns, and all.
We're gonna move quick, and we're gonna keep cool.
My job, my score, get your own!
You are alone, you pathetic psychopath!
What's up, guys? My name is Devin Segura, and I'm here with Dominic Meyer. Say hi, Dom.
Hello, everyone.
And this is our second episode of the Violent Tea podcast. Here we'll be discussing recent happenings in pop culture, ranging from television, movies, and video games. So let's just get right into it. What have you been up to, Dom?
Well, I've been pretty busy the past few weeks, mainly watching movies, like I do. I got around to seeing Escape from Tomorrow. Did I talk to you about that?
No, you haven't.
Oh, okay.
I saw some trailers and just articles for that. Guerrilla style.
The ultimate guerrilla film, it's being called.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, Disney hasn't taken legal action against it because they don't want to draw attention to the movie, but I'm going to draw attention to the movie because it is quite an impressive feat that this movie even exists. Yeah, if you guys don't know, Escape from Tomorrow is an independent film that I think was shown at Sundance, either Sundance or Cannes, I can't remember. But if you've never heard of Escape from Tomorrow, basically what it's about is it's about a father who on the last day of his family vacation at either Disney World or Disneyland discovers that he's lost his job. Now, throughout the course of the day, he has to deal with his nagging wife, who's a real bitch, if I say so myself. He also becomes slowly allured to these two underage girls he keeps running into throughout the entire park. And he begins to have horrifying hallucinations while riding the rides. He starts seeing all these demonic faces on all the animatronics around the park. And the interesting thing about this movie is that the director, Randy Moore, he filmed the entire movie at Disneyland and Disney World without the consent of Disney. It's a very stylish movie, but it kind of feels a bit hollow in its message. The acting's, they're clearly first-time actors, but they do a decent job with the material that they're given. It's very freaky. You can get it on video on demand right now. You can rent it on iTunes for like $7. It just became available this past Friday. And whether or not you like the movie, it's a very interesting experience watching it.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. I've been really meaning to check it out.
I think you'd like it a lot. It's right up your alley, man.
Looks crazy, looks freaky, looks trippy.
How about you? What have you been up to? You've been playing some more of that GTA?
Oh, yes. Ever since the online, it started finally working.
Finally.
Last Friday, about a little over a week ago.
You know these things, man. I don't keep up with this. I post the gaming videos, but I don't know shit about gaming.
Well, obviously, the online was released October 1st, 2 weeks after the initial release of GTA 5.
If you say so.
Long story short, the online didn't work. Some people got in probably 2% of actual people got in and played on the first day. Like the first people that actually... No, just a handful of people just were lucky enough to get in on the first day and play. I was one of those people that didn't really have an issue on the first day. I noticed it's very laggy and it's very just off-putting a little bit. Mm-hmm. Alright, so it was Tuesday morning, I wake up, I log in, I was like, oh, okay, the online release today, let's check it out. I go online, boots up, introduction cutscene, create your own character, which, by the way, is weird.
How's it different?
First you choose what your grandparents look like on your mother's side.
What?
And then on your dad's side, and that determines what your mom and dad look like. And then from there, you can favor which side of the family, your dad or mom's side, you want to favor on. Which
you have to create your entire genealogy?
Yeah, and it's weird because I'd never lost my character because a lot of people ended up losing a lot of their characters more than once. And what that means, they lost their character, they lost all the money they played, they lost their rank, their cars, whatever they did in the game.
All the data that they'd accumulated up to that point, basically.
Got lost. Then, they'd create again, got lost. That was in the first week of the online of GTA. The reason being was 11 million people trying to log in and play at the same time. Of course, it's not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
A big game like this online hasn't really ever worked on the first day. Anybody that actually kind of knows gaming a little bit,
Everyone but me.
a lot of people know, well, I say a lot, but maybe a very small group of people that are loud know, what kind of goes into that type of the industry. 11 million people all trying to log in at once it's not going to work. You're being funneled into a position into the game, which is taking a very long time to do. And the very first thing you do is a tutorial race. I don't know why you need a tutorial race or a tutorial at all.
Wait, you have to. Okay, is
You
this
compete-
right to
yeah.
compete to get into online, or
No, it's just
I'm
we're going
brain-
to teach you how to drive. So race me.
Oh, that's
There's
pandering.
There's a little bit of a story to the online. They say it's a prequel to the actual story of GTA 5,
Sure.
which is kind of cool. There's missions and jobs to do, but back to the point. You see a cutscene, you see a character, that character gives you a car, he's like, alright, race me. And it takes you to a little lobby, you wait in it. Either people join or you just race the computer. I race the computer, and after that, the entire online world is open to you. And then from there, you can do whatever you want. That tutorial, though, is what fucked a lot of people over, because everyone's being funneled into that position, into that server, pretty much.
Gotcha.
That's the right way to put it. I don't know. I barely know about it, but I know just enough to get by.
It makes enough sense to me, not knowing shit about this.
All right, so yeah, their game's crashing. People are losing their campaign, like their single player save data.
Oh.
Rockstar, because the people who made the GTA Online they're a part of Rockstar, but they weren't involved in GTA 5, the campaign. It's a very small group of people that are doing GTA Online. So they, of course, they could have had time because they had 2 weeks. They had 2 weeks before the initial release of GTA Online. You'd think, seeing how they broke over $1 billion on the third day, still rising, by the way, that they would have been like, maybe we should buy more servers.
And now you know why I don't buy games day one.
No, I know.
But it's working fine now.
It's for me, yes, it's working perfectly fine. The GTA Online community is a fucking douchebag.
That's just the internet or the online gaming community.
Yeah, but god damn, people are dicks in this game.
Hell, I played online Super Smash Brothers Brawl, and everyone's just being an asshole. Such a family-friendly game. What's the necessity of calling me a fag?
I remember Wii Online.
I remember Wii. Actually, not really. But- See, that's one of the things that fascinated me when you started talking about GTA Online, is that, like, I don't know the history of online playing in open worlds,
Yeah.
but the fact that, like, just people just camp and ambush you. I was watching you play the other day, and you just hide behind a car as some dude drives by, and you shoot the fuck out of his face. And I'm just like, you asshole, why'd you do that?
Well, because I got tired of being bullied. So I can't. I watched someone go inside a Los Santos Customs, a place where you can customize your car, and I waited for him to come out. And when he pulled out with his car that he just fixed up or whatever he did to it, I pulled around the corner and I shot my shotgun at him, killed him, took his car, ran it, put it in the ocean. So,
Talk about overkill, man.
fuck you. No, like, I'm tired. I lost like 10 grand. But
I can understand if this guy, like, murdered your family, but
yeah. But as of, I think, a couple of days ago, Rockstar has announced that because of all the issues and problems that happened on the first week of the online, that they're giving us $500,000, $500,000. But it's 250 separate. They'll give us $250 one weekend, the rest of it on another week.
Wait, in the game?
Yeah.
Damn it.
And here's my tip to get some cash, some extra cash.
Devin's tips.
So you don't have to spend hours and just rob hundreds of convenience stores and just waste your time. You can play survival. I'm sure a lot of people are starting to pick up on this. There's a game type called survival. Survive 10 waves of oncoming just enemy AI, you and 3 other dudes. So it'll be a 4-player game. You guys just survive 10 waves and 20,000 $20,000 are in your pocket. It's pretty easy, pretty fun too.
Pretty cool.
And it only takes about 20 minutes tops. Rinse and repeat. Do a bunch of survival.
Which is just about the amount of time you've been talking about GTA 5.
I'm moving on.
I know.
I'm done.
I'm kidding, man.
I'm done.
All right,
let's
okay.
go.
What we want to do with this show is we want to give more structure to it. So we're just going to discuss a few news items in pop culture that caught our eye, and then talk about a film trailer or maybe more. But I think we just have one this week, though.
All right. Well, let's get to it.
All right. First news item that I brought a news item. Devin has a news item. News item I brought is that I'm just reading here that the Ant-Man shortlist, Ant-Man being the Marvel superhero that they're planning for a 2015 movie, that the Ant-Man shortlist has been shortened to Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Paul Rudd. What do you think of these two casting choices, Devin?
Paul Rudd, yeah.
I'm actually fine with either of them.
No, yeah, both of them can't go wrong with either one. I love Paul Rudd.
Yeah, they're both very charming, both very talented. I would have liked to see maybe a longer short list, just like get the idea sprawling just a bit more. I was kind of hoping for Nathan Fillion myself, just because Nathan Fillion's worked with Joss Whedon several times, who of course is the showrunner for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and the director of The Avengers, and he's also...
And Cabin in the Woods.
And Cabin in the Woods, yes, but that had no affiliation.
And...
Yes, and...
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
The Vampire Slayer and Firefly, and we could go on and on about all the awesome things Joss Whedon has done, like co-writing Toy Story.
I didn't know that.
He was Oscar nominated for writing Toy Story.
The first Toy Story.
The first Toy Story.
Holy shit. Mind blown.
But, yeah, so... I don't know. Have you seen the test footage for Ant-Man?
No, I haven't.
Well, they don't have a good quality version of it online, but basically it was shown at Comic-Con. And I think it was like him, like... Because Ant-Man's power is to both shrink himself to the size of an ant with all, like, the strength of... With the same amount of super strength, but also enlarge himself.
Cool.
And what happened in the test footage was he shrunk down to ant size and, like, ran across the barrel of a gun and then just kicked the dude right in the face in, like, slow motion. And it was impactful, and it looked awesome.
That freaking sounds awesome.
It's only available in blurry versions on YouTube, but I'm sold by this concept, especially since they've got
240p.
Especially since they've got Edgar Wright on it, who of course directed the Blood and Ice Cream trilogy, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, World's End, and your favorite movie,
Scott Pilgrim. It's not my favorite, but it's my top 10.
Yeah,
for sure.
One of your favorite movies.
I love Scott Pilgrim.
I love the movie as well. I don't know. I'd be interested to see Paul Rudd as a superhero. That's like we've seen Joseph.
I'll die happy.
We've seen Joseph Gordon-Levitt in a comic book movie already with Dark Knight Rises, although we didn't really see him as a superhero. But I don't know. Either of these choices will please me.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So what do you got news-wise?
News-wise, if you're a Kingdom Hearts fan, today is officially announced that Kingdom Hearts 2.5 HD for the PS3 exclusive. It's finally announced and it's coming 2014 next year. Don't know when next year, just 2014. If you played the HD remake of 1.5 that was released about a month ago, there you go. 2.5 is coming out next year. Still waiting on 3.
So what exactly is the difference between like previous versions of Kingdom Hearts and Kingdom Hearts 2.5?
Well, 1.5 and 2.5 both have 3 games. Well, 2.5 kind of. 1.5 has the first Kingdom Hearts game, followed by Chain of Memories and 358 2 days. I don't know how you say that, god damn it. But 2 playable games, which is the first Kingdom Hearts, Chain of Memories, and the cutscenes of 358 2. And 2.5 will have Kingdom Hearts 2, Birth by Sleep, and Kingdom Hearts Recoded. The cutscenes of Recoded. All in glorious HD. So, just to get the hype train going for Kingdom Hearts 3.
So were these games like previously released in America?
Well, I believe they're all... I want to say they're all released on... Besides Birth by Sleep, were all released on a console eventually at some point in Japan.
Yeah.
I know we never saw Recoded on a console. I don't think. Because I kind of lost interest when they started throwing out a bunch of spin-offs. But now I'm back in the game and I'm playing them all. But I know Chain of Memories was eventually released on the PS2 with updated graphics for that time. Birth by Sleep has never seen a console, and I'm playing that right now on my PSP. First time playing my PSP in like 5 years, but I went out and bought...
What's a PSP?
Well, I went out and bought Birth by Sleep. I've been playing that nonstop. It's very fun. I love it. It's a prequel to all the Kingdom Hearts games. So I'm playing that before I play 1.5. I don't know if I'm playing in the right order because I honestly don't know what the hell I'm doing. I just like the game, and it's very nostalgic because I haven't played Kingdom Hearts since I was like 12. I'm 20 now, so so it's been 8 to 9 years since I've played a Kingdom Hearts game, but I'm getting back into it because it's very fun and nostalgic. But that's my news. It's not that big of a news.
That's fine. Well, trailer-wise, I was thinking we could maybe look at this new Monuments Men trailer.
While we must and will win this war, we should also remember the high price that will be paid if the very foundation of modern society is destroyed.
There's a Michelangelo joke to be made.
You're just the man to make it.
We have been tasked to find and protect art that the Nazis have stolen.
Well, the chaps are all very anxious to get started. We have your architect from Chicago, a sculptor, a director of design at the School of Fine Arts, and a few other experts in various fields of art.
How the fellas making out?
Like Olympians.
We want to go into a war zone and tell our boys what they can and cannot blow up.
That's the idea.
If you would just read the orders.
I'll tell you what these orders say. Don't knock out
Colonel,
old
to be
building.
fair.
Do not interrupt me, Lieutenant.
I think that went well.
So, Devin, what did you think of the trailer for Monuments Men?
It looks freaking awesome. Big George Clooney fan, big Matt Damon fan. I saw John Goodman's in there along with the epic Bill Murray.
Mm-hmm. It's got a great cast going for it. It's got, all the guys that he just mentioned. Cate Blanchett is also in it. Recent Best Actor winner Jean Dujardin, who won for The Artist, is also in it.
Yeah, he did.
I like this concept. This is just like one of those stories that you just don't see documented often.
You don't. It looks interesting. It looks different because it's a different take on that time period, focusing on a different subject matter.
If you're completely lost right now, Monuments Men is about a group of American soldiers who are attempting to reclaim stolen art by the Nazis.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that. It's because, it's like George Clooney and Matt Damon, as Danny Ocean from Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
And whoever the hell Matt Damon played in that movie, just pulling another heist.
Yeah.
This is the spiritual sequel, more or less. Or prequel. We don't know.
It looks really good. And you said Oscar tender.
Yeah, it's coming out December 18th, so it's getting right. It's really pushing it. The later it comes out,
Yeah.
I'm really excited for this Oscar season, man.
It's going to be really good.
We've had a few movies come out already, and I can't think of one really that failed or that was bad. Honestly, we've had what have we had? We've had Gravity.
Gravity, obviously.
Most fresh in our mind, which you just got through seeing today.
I just saw it today. Mm-hmm. I loved it. It was awesome. I could have done without one scene, but it didn't ruin the movie for me, let alone really, put a dent in my experience. But it did take me out of it just for a split second, but I didn't let that ruin it for me. But no, Gravity, I loved it. I don't really care if people are like, well, the science behind it, and it's not... it's not factual.
It's a movie, guys.
Yeah,
Come on.
It's a movie.
Not to discredit it, of not to say movies should avoid logic.
Right. Yeah.
But for the most part, it sticks pretty well too.
Yeah. For one, there's no sound in space.
No sound in space, which it commits to.
It commits to that.
Yeah,
heavily.
But we've had Gravity. We've also had The Butler. I don't know if you saw The Butler.
Never got around to it.
Butler was pretty good. It played. There were parts where it played it safe, but then parts where it didn't.
Yeah.
I think it was kind of brutal how it portrayed racism, for PG-13.
Right.
It wasn't like Django brutal, but
yeah.
I like The Butler.
Yeah.
And we also had Rush. Did you ever see Rush?
Never got around to it.
Man,
I love Ron Howard.
Man, Rush was great.
I will be watching Rush. Don't get me wrong. I will be watching The Butler. I will be watching Rush.
And upcoming, Captain Phillips was just released.
I still need to watch that.
I haven't watched that yet, but I hear great things about it.
Tom Hanks. You can never go wrong with Tom Hanks.
Never go wrong with Tom Hanks.
Never.
His movies could go wrong, but he always gives a good performance.
Yes. I've never Okay, I'm not going to elaborate.
Well, okay, a lot of people don't like the Da Vinci Code. I kind of like the Da Vinci Code.
Da Vinci Code is awesome.
I won't go that far, but I kind of like it. I like Angels and Demons a bit better.
Angels and Demons is awesome too.
But I mean, like it has its audience. I'm part of that audience. A lot of people aren't.
Yeah.
But the point we're trying to say is like Tom Hanks is a national treasure.
Not the movie.
Not the no. God damn it, man.
I just want to throw that in there.
I'm trying to have an emotional moment. No, but yeah, December is already pretty packed up with Oscar movies. We got Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
God, that looks awesome.
That looks awesome, but it's been getting like mediocre reviews.
Really?
On Rotten Tomatoes.
Because they probably just look at Ben Stiller and they just be like, "Hey, I don't think he can hold a performance like that." But
well, he also directed the movie too, so.
Well, we'll see. I like Ben Stiller because I know he can actually do a good performance outside of his comedic work.
And I know he could direct a good comedic movie with Tropic Thunder.
Definitely. God, I love that movie.
Tropic Thunder. Like, you can hate on Tom Cruise all you want, but he's
I
awesome.
don't hate Tom Cruise. I think he's a good actor, but when you're doing a movie, a different type of movie, and you have a high-profile actor in there, it does kind of distract me. I'm not speaking for anybody else but myself. It just distracts me a little bit. I thought that was going to be the case with Gravity. I was totally wrong. George Clooney, I was like, what George Clooney I did was like, that's just George Clooney.
Yeah.
Just floating in space.
Yeah.
But Sandra Bullock, though, like, she is the movie.
Yes.
Like, 95%
Sandra Bullock
of the...
reigns in pretty much... The movie, she's like the central character. George Clooney's more or less, side character, kind of. Sandra
Bullock, with her big name attached to it and just who she is in Hollywood, I thought she would distract me and take me out and just... I want to believe her performance. Not saying she's not a good actress. She is. She's awesome. That's how she got where she's at in Hollywood, and that's how her name's that big. But with the status that she has, it didn't distract me at all.
Go see Gravity. We don't want to ruin the experience for you because it is a great theatrical experience.
Watch it on the biggest screen you can find. And I am totally against 3D, but this is beautifully shot in 3D, and it does add to the experience.
Beautiful 3D.
Special effects, I can't even tell if they're special effects.
I know.
I know they are, but it's just they're so gorgeous. I haven't seen such stunning visual work like this ever.
The majority of the shot is computer generated, but it blends so seamlessly together with practical. Like, whenever the argument comes up between, should we do practical, should we do CG, why not just mix the two? Like, some of the best effects I've ever seen have been mixing both of them, where the wild things are.
God, I love that movie.
I just rewatched the trailer for that a few weeks ago. Those things look fucking awesome.
Yeah, that movie made me cry.
I love that movie. And Lord of the Rings, like the original trilogy, not so much The Hobbit. The Hobbit, I think,
straight overused
CGI. I'm not a hater on CGI because of Lord of the Rings.
Right.
They use it very well.
Yeah.
Epic. We need more epic movies.
We do. Like I was saying a couple of weeks back, we need a new Matrix.
Right.
I don't care what you think about the sequels, but that trilogy had people talking forever and just everything it created and did for the movie industry.
Yes.
We need a new Matrix. Not Matrix movie, but a new type of movie that draws the attention and that's big.
That isn't Avatar.
God.
I like Avatar better than this guy, but...
Wow.
Okay, it's a generic story. It's visually pretty, but they need to get moving on those sequels if they want to retain my attention on those sequels, basically.
I'm not trying to sound like a hipster.
Just because you dislike a movie doesn't mean you're a hipster.
I know, but...
Spread your opinion, man.
Yeah,
Be free.
I honestly didn't really like Avatar. I didn't hate it, but I didn't really enjoy it because I've seen that story told numerous times. And just, I kind of seen that visual style and that visual world before, It didn't really change anything for me. And the 3D...
It was the main
draw, right?
The main draw of the movie was that is this 3D marvel, which it was.
Yeah.
But it's 4 years later, man. I mean, hurry up with those sequels. I'm looking forward to the sequels because they won't have that generic storyline. I hope not.
I hope they evolve it.
Yeah.
Revolutionize it. I don't know.
Because that's one thing about James Cameron is he's constantly wanting to evolve. evolved technology of not just him, but of the film industry.
But I don't think 3D is that. Some movies do it really good. Example, Gravity. Example, even though it wasn't shot in 3D, Pacific Rim looks beautiful.
Yes. 3D, for me, is still a gimmick. Like,
Definitely.
It's an entertaining gimmick, just in moderation. Right. I don't think that it enhances film as an art form. Because everybody's, everyone, when Hugo came out, everyone was always like, oh, this is great that this movie's 3D because Hugo's actually about the development of film. And I'm just like, okay, that parallel works if you consider 3D as an advancement of film, which I don't.
Yeah.
And even though Hugo has the best 3D effect I've ever seen, which is just a simple shot of Sacha Baron Cohen leaning in towards the camera, just made me crumple up in my seat. But even then, like, I don't see 3D as the next step in filmmaking.
Yeah.
Same thing with the high frame rate, which they did with The Hobbit.
When it comes to high frame rate like that, with movies, it takes me out of the experience because it just feels like I'm watching like a soap opera.
Right.
And with high frame rate and say in a different type of media and video games, it does add to the experience because just the reaction time of everything works and it runs smoother and just looks cleaner and better. But when it comes to movies, though, just the cinematic quality of it, it gives it away, It reveals too much,
And I'll agree to that to an extent. I do think, like, the high frame rate kind of exposes lower quality CG, which I think that The Hobbit was guilty of partially. I think that there's some great CG in The Hobbit, the Gollum scene especially. But, like, it will expose a bad effect every once in a while. But having, seen The Hobbit in 48 frames per second, even though it took me a while to grasp onto it, I enjoyed it as, as a alternate way of viewing the film. I think that what you mentioned with it looking like a video game, there was a scene in The Hobbit that looked exactly like a video game.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
Right?
It was, did you see The Hobbit?
I did, yeah.
It was the scene where Thorin Hook-and-Shield, first has the clash with that orc that he cuts his arm off.
Right.
It's like that very black scene, with just everyone. That looked amazing.
It did.
In 48, and that's when it truly won me over.
Right. It takes a while to get used to,
especially on the big screen, because you watch it on a small screen, like on a soap opera or something. It looks pretty natural how the characters move and everything, but it feels very jerky on the big screen.
Even for me, when it comes just to television or just movies at home, I'm not really used to it. I mean, if I keep watching it like a movie that's shot like that, or if I keep watching a show that's shot like that, then I will eventually get used to it. But personally, I am not used to it, and I keep using that word, personally.
Take a shot, everybody.
Personally.
Hey, I keep saying basically.
Basically.
I had to edit that.
He's basically, I'm personally.
Hi, personally.
But I don't like high frame rate, unless it's in, of course, video games.
All right.
Personally.
Basically. Anything else you care to bring up?
No, not really.
That about wraps up our conversation for Monuments Men. Remember that?
Yes. I rambled on way too much today.
We both ramble on.
No, I don't have anything else to add. It's late. I'm sleepy.
All right.
We're all sleepy.
Oh, do you want to give an update for the film that we're doing?
Oh, yes. Our film officially has a name. I don't know if we said it last time.
We might have. Say it again just in case.
Our film finally has a title, Magnetic Heaven.
Magnetic Heaven.
Do we have our actors? Yes. Yes and no.
Well,
or that one character that we have yet.
Did we not negotiate that, or? All right. Well,
I don't know. I haven't.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And we have about 4/5 of the script written.
Yes, so it is almost done.
Almost.
And we will be shooting, I'm praying to God, soon.
Soon, yeah. At least, see, I make these expectations, and then I say, fuck, I can't think of the next scene to write. So, soon is what we're going to say.
Soon. Like I said, we'll keep you guys updated. Our short film finally has a name, Magnetic Heaven.
This is the biggest step that we've actually taken. We took forever to find a name for this.
Yes, because, like I said, horror found footage film. We're doing something different.
It's a subject that is popular, but we're hoping to put our own spin on it.
Yes, it's not something that you'll find just by looking up a fan-made found footage film on YouTube. Not saying that they're bad. I give them props for actually finishing.
Yeah. Our one goal right now is to finish, because that's the biggest motivation, is the fact that we've actually finished something, and that hopefully will motivate us to go on to future projects.
Right.
That we will hopefully finish quicker.
Being film students, we really just want to complete something, put something under our belts. So, stay tuned, and I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast.
All right. And we're just going to, we know it's a YouTube video, but we're just going to keep calling it a podcast. Just
until we know what the hell we're doing.
Exactly. Which may never come.
See, we're doing so many different things.
I know.
We should be making the movie right now.
I know. You know what? I'm going to go do that. Why don't you all right. But goodbye, everybody.
All right. Bye, guys.